Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to you with that instant basketball analysis on the Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there forever. And we're going to talk about them Hornets got bombing they threes and beat the Grizzlies 124 to 101. Memphis go to 24 and 46 and 11 and 25 on the road. The Hornets go to 37 and 34. They 3 games above 500 and they're 17 and 17 at home. They do have the ability to go 500 before the season is over, even at home. And they did win the season series against the Grizzlies 2-0. They beat them earlier in the season. They beat them now. They don't see them until next year in the season because the Grizzlies are not making the play-in or the playoffs, while Charlotte has the chance to still do that. Charlotte won the first quarter 30 to 26. They won the second quarter 29 to 21. They also won the third quarter 38 to 28. That was basically game at that point because they also won the fourth quarter 27 to 26. The Memphis Grizzlies, I won't go through this quick since it was a blowout. Oliver Prosper, 27 minutes, 10 points. He went 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He's fast. He's quick in the paint. He had some good looks. He missed them. He had some good looks even from 3. He blew those too. But he still was able to score because he was able to get some quick finishes around the rim and was able to make some free throws. He did have 7 boards. That was the most on the team. That was as good as it got for them. He did have 1 assist, 1 turnover, and a steal. 4 offensive rebounds, 1 personal foul, and was a minus 21 in plus minus. If they was going to win, it needed him to play better. Didn't happen. G.G. Jackson ended up leading the team in scoring, but he only scored 19 points and only played 24 minutes. Although that is still good, it just shows you how their night was really going after a while and why they couldn't keep up with a team like Charlotte, who has been hot the last 2 months. But he shot 7 of 14 from the field, so he had a good night scoring the basketball from the perimeter and in the paint. The problem was he went 0 of 5 from 3. That was bad. But he also went 5 of 6 from the free throw line. So the jump shot was still working inside, not so much on the outside. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers. 2 offensive boards, 2 personal fouls, and a minus 14 and plus minus. Jalen Wells, 25 minutes, 9 points. He went 3 of 12 from the field, 3 of 10 from 3. He also missed his only free throw. He had a lot of wide open looks, and that's what he usually takes. He wants to do the mid range. He wants to get out in transition because he gets steals and blocks, or he wants to shoot the wide open 3 from anywhere on the court. He couldn't make them tonight, so that was a big reason why they couldn't keep up with the Hornets. Also, he had 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and a steal, and a personal foul, and was a minus 16 and plus minus. Javon Small played 29 minutes. That ended up being tied for the most on the team with Tyler Burton. And you wouldn't think that starters would play less than 30 minutes without being in foul trouble, but that's what ended up happening to him. He did get 17 points. He did go 7 of 12 from the field. Did a good job of waiting for opportunities to open up, and also was able to go 3 of 6 from 3 for that same reason. He had 7 boards. That was tied with Prosper for the most on the team. He did have 3 assists, and he also had 5 turnovers. That was the most on the team. And he did get a steal. He had 1 personal foul and was a minus 10 and plus minus. Walter Clayton Jr. got to start. He played 22 minutes. He had 11 points. He went 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. So he picked the drives and the threes that he was able to get. He still had a good night. Just happy that he gave you double figures. He can play make a little bit, but he only got 2 assists, but he only had 1 turnover. He also grabbed 4 boards, and he also got 2 steals. So he ended up having a good enough game. But the worst thing I think he did was get the 4 personal fouls in the 22 minutes that he played. But he also finished as a minus 19 and plus minus. Taj Gibson was finishing around the basket. Wasn't easy, so he did miss 1 of his threes, but he did make 1. And then he went 3 or 4 from the field. He had 7 points, had 3 rebounds, and no turnovers. He had 2 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and was a minus 3 and plus minus. That was a good enough game from him because he's older and he still was able to contribute in a positive way. Tyler Burton, 29 minutes. He had 10 points. He went 3 of 8 from the field and 2 of 5 from 3. And he also went 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Double figures is all you can ask him to do. It wasn't as efficient as you like, but it ain't as bad as you like either in this one. He did lead the rebounds off the bench with 4. He had 1 assist and no turnovers, 1 offensive rebound, 3 personal fouls, and was a -8 in plus minus. Taylor Hendricks, 25 minutes. He's been playing better. He had 14 points. He went 4 or 7 from the field, but all his shots that he made was really threes. He went 3 or 4 from 3, then made a shot near the rim. And then that was it for him because he missed the other 2-pointers. He had 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and no turnovers. He did get 3 steals and a block, showing you that he can use that body for other things besides scoring and spacing that flow. And then he had no personal fouls and was a -10 in plus minus. Dejan played 22 minutes. He had 4 points. He went 1 of 5 from the field. He missed his only 3. He had 3 rebounds and 4 assists. He also had 3 turnovers. He also had 2 personal fouls and was a -10 in plus minus. You just want him to make more shots. He couldn't really do that in this one, and he didn't take good care of the ball, and he got into a little foul trouble too. And then Cam Spencer, he had an off night. He went 0 of 7 from the field and 0 of 4 from 3. He couldn't make anything, and he's a big part of what they do on a gamely basis, and he's really important to the bench and how they score, whether he's passing or scoring a basketball. But since he did one of them and not both, he had 4 assists and 1 turnover. That was good. And he also had 1 rebound and 2 steals. But with the 0 of 7 shooting from the field and the 4 personal fouls, this was a game they can just throw in the trash. He was a -4 in plus minus, by the way. Charlotte Hornets, Miles Bridges was flushing some finishes around the rim. He didn't take any threes, but he didn't need to. He went 6 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from the free throw line for 13 points. He had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, and a steal. He also had 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, was a plus 22 and plus minus. Good attacks from him, just good patience and just finding a way to play off his teammates. Musa did the same. He scored 11 points in 33 minutes. He went 5 of 6 from the field, just grabbed the ball, finished fast, and he did that. He's a good athlete, got good length. He also went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He did get 14 boards, so a double-double for him. He also had 3 assists, 3 turnovers, still in 2 blocks. And he only had 1 personal foul. He had 6 offensive rebounds and finished as a plus 21 and plus minus. So he did a whole lot for this team on both ends of the court. And he did a lot of fundamentally things that you need to do to win games. Brandon Miller helped him keep the score up because he really wasn't missing that much. He went 8 of 12 from the field and 5 of 9 from 3. He had some tough threes in this game. And when Memphis was trying to make runs to get back in the game or trying to get stops, he was one of those players that kept piling it up on them, and they just couldn't answer it. And it can be that way. He also had 5 rebounds and 3 assists, 2 turnovers and a block, 1 personal foul, and a plus 20 and plus minus. He gave them some welcome to the NBA moments. I'm going to make some tough shots because I'm capable of it. You played good defense, but I gave you better offense, and it can be like that. LaMelo Ball, 29 minutes, 29 points. He ended up scoring the most on the team. He went 9 of 19 from the field and 7 of 14 from 3. He kept picking to shoot the threes, and a lot of them was forced. A lot of them was rushed. He got blocked also, so that didn't help. But his shot selection has always been a little iffy, even when he was younger. He's starting to develop into a better decision maker. He's starting to be a better of a playmaker. But tonight, the threes was going in half of the time, so you would take it. He also went 4 or 5 from the free throw line. He did get 4 assists. He was looking more or less to score in this one and pass. He's always been that way, in my personal opinion. He did have 3 rebounds, 3 steals in the block. He was just trying to take some gambles on some opportunities. Nothing really wrong with it because you never know until you try to get it. And then 4 personal fouls come with that. He was a plus 12 and plus minus. He had 1 offensive board. And then Con Knipple was able to score in the paint. And then when he wasn't doing that, he made a 3. He finished 1 of 6 from 3 and 3 of 9 from the field and 2 of 4 from the free throw line for 9 points. He was the only starter to not score in double figures in points for the Charlotte Hornets. And that's something that he usually doesn't do. But tonight, just one of his night. 3 rebounds, 5 assists. He also ended up leading the starting lineup in assists. He had 1 turnover, which was good. 1 offensive rebound, 2 personal fouls, and a plus 7 and plus minus. Grant Williams was able to make a layup and make a three, but he went 1 of 2 from three. That was his only miss, and he finished 2 or 3 from the field for 5 points. He was able to get 4 rebounds and no turnovers. He also was able to get 2 personal fouls, and he was a +4 and plus minus. Ryan played 15 minutes. He had 10 points. He went 4 or 5 from the field and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Just good awareness of how to get open. Then it's just about finishing shots after that, and he's been doing that really well this season. 2 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 1 offensive board, no personal fouls, and a +2 and plus minus. Pat Connaughton, 3 minutes. He had 1 board, no turnovers, no personal fouls, and a -3 and plus minus. Kobe White, 19 minutes. He had 12 points. That was the most off the bench. But he also did take the most shots, which is no surprise. That's basically why he's out there, to be instant offense. He went 4 of 11 from the field and 1 of 4 from three, and 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He did have 8 rebounds and 7 assists. He also ended up getting 5 turnovers. When you're trying to force shots, create shots, and sometimes you don't know exactly what you want to do, you can make mistakes that way. And you can also take some shots that's a little iffy, but that's kind of what he's always been in the league. And before he got there, he had 1 offensive board, 4 personal foul, and a +13 and plus minus. Josh Green, 20 minutes. He had 5 points. He went 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line. He went 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He also had 4 rebounds, no turnovers, and a steal, 2 offensive boards, 1 personal foul, and was a +14 and plus minus. You know that he took the open looks. That's all you can really ask for him to do out there, and then just try to defend and keep the ball moving if you can. Zion James played 3 minutes. He misses only 2 shots. One was a 2-pointer, one was a 3. They was good looks. He just couldn't put them in the basket. He had no turnovers, no personal fouls, and was a -3 and plus minus. I mean, Trey Mann did that. And then Zion James, he played 21 minutes. He had 8 points, 3 of 5 shooting from the field, 2 of 4 from three. He ended up playing a good game. He ended up making some easy shots. Like I said, Trey Mann did have good looks. He just couldn't make them at all. He didn't do anything. And then you look at Zion James. He's been a good player off the bench for them, a good floor spacer, a good handler and playmaker for them off the bench. He had also 1 rebound, 2 assists, no turnovers, and a steal. He also had 1 personal foul and was a +6 and plus minus. The Hornets, they shot 85 field goal attempts. They ended up making 53% of them. The Grizzlies shot 1 more field goal attempt and made 41% of them. And then the Hornets shot 42% from 3 with 43 attempts. And then the Grizzlies shot 46% from the 3-point line, 46 attempts from 3. They made 35% of them. They didn't shoot terrible from 3. It's just the Hornets was already shooting better from the field and better from 3. But the Hornets did shoot more free throws also, 24 to be exact. But they only made 67% of them, while the Grizzlies shot 19, and they made 79% of them. 49 rebounds from the Hornets, 34 for the Grizzlies, 25 assists for the Hornets, 20 for the Grizzlies, 17 turnovers for the Hornets, 13 for the Grizzlies, and then 7 steals for the Hornets, 10 for the Grizzlies, 4 blocks for the Hornets, 1 for the Grizzlies, 13 offensive rebounds for the Hornets, 9 from the Grizzlies, 36 defensive rebounds for the Hornets, 25 for the Grizzlies, 17 personal fouls for the Hornets, 20 for the Grizzlies, and the Hornets ended up getting a really decisive win. They actually took some good blows from the Grizzlies. They was able to take them. They was able to knock them off, and they was able to get back to what they needed to get back to doing. And after that, they never lost sight of what they needed to do to win the game. They just kept getting it done over and over again. Of course, some skill played a part into it. Some trust played a part into it. And just some shot-making ability was the biggest difference in this game. One team was able to make tougher shots. One team was able to get some shots to go easier, too, because of the ability to break down the defense. And then it was killing them on the glass. And they also did a good job of shooting a 3. So those things is what the Grizzlies couldn't do enough of, and the Hornets did, and that was the difference between the win and the loss. Hornets, good job again. comment, like, subscribe, share. Hit that notification bell to get that analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.